Shalom, everybody. Hope you're blessed today and things are going well. You're seeing the goodness of the Lord in your life. And I'm here with Steve Martin from Love for His People. We have returned from Jerusalem and just wanted to bring to you an update about the ministries that we met with. So we had some time to able to get out and see some people that we weren't expecting to, and to be a blessing to those who we've been supporting through Love for His People over the last period of time. So I'm going to let Steve start out, and he's going to talk about Nassim and Hadassah Lerner a little bit.
Yeah, Nassim and Hadassah, they live in Givat Zayah, which is about 5 miles north of Jerusalem. I've known them for almost 12 years now. I met them actually through Pam King on Facebook. You never know what shall happen on Facebook. But I was able to spend a couple nights at their home. They're always a giving people. They're originally from Virginia Beach, Norfolk area. Made Aliyah with their family twice. Once about 15 years ago, they brought their 5 kids. I was going to say 15. Their daughter has 10. They brought their 5 kids to Israel, lived in Tiberias, and it was a rough time. As it is with many people, it's not the easiest transition to go from one country to another, and the different cultures, the language, job situations, and they ended up coming back to the U.S. But then they felt the Lord really called them to make Aliyah, immigrate to Israel, and they did so. I believe they have 4 of the kids returned with them. 3 of them live in the village, settlement, town, whatever you call it, 20,000 people. That's where they live. I've been in their home several times. They host Olim, those coming to Israel, making the trek back home to their promised land that the Lord had given them. And they're continuing to be involved with helping the new immigrants get into the land. Nassim and Hadassah, his lighthouse, we give a shout out to them because they're great people.
Yep, they are. They're wonderful people. And it was such a blessing to spend time with them in their home. We actually packed some packs up for the Olim, did that while we were there. We actually had some meal on Shabbat with them, and so it was a great time. Wonderful people, just giving the love of the Lord to those coming into the land. And we were able to spend some time also with Rabbi Kokeb and Milanu, his wife. We actually got a day to go on a little bit of a journey with them, didn't we, Steve?
Well, we weren't expecting it.
Yep,
we went into Jerusalem. We took the train from Ben Gurion Airport into Jerusalem, 22-minute ride, which is a lot quicker than a car.
Yes, it
Saves
is.
you some money. It was about $9 a piece. And we landed, took the 4 escalator up to the ground floor, Jaffa Street in Jerusalem. But we did meet with Kokeb, and because we didn't have a car, he had invited us to ride with him in Manalu to Tiberias and Haifa.
Yes. Yeah.
On Friday.
Yeah.
7:30 to midnight, long day, but hey, when you're in there, you don't need any sleep. You just keep going and going.
Well, when we went to Haifa, we actually, with Kokeb and Milanu, we met with a congregation that he established some years ago. He has a congregation in Jerusalem called Amad Ha'esh, which is Pillar of Fire, and he also has planted this other work up there that he had a man that he raised up in ministry that's taken that over, Brother Benny. And so we got to meet with them, and now the service isn't all in Amharic, so Kokeb spends time with us telling us what he's going to teach about, and but we always kind of he's so animated when he speaks, and he just speaks with all his heart. His whole body's involved, and so we had service there, praise and worship, and then actually broke bread with them afterwards, and had a bit of Ethiopian food, which is good. The thing with Ethiopian food, these are your utensils. They don't give you utensils.
Where's the fork? Where's the fork?
But it was a blessed time, just a wonderful time. But along the way, we were actually near in Tiberias, and we ended up as we were driving. We got to go to meet. Who did we go to meet, Steve?
Carolyn Hyde, Heart of God. I had communicated with Carolyn and Chaim Elspin. We'll share about him later. But we weren't expecting to
Yeah.
get out of Jerusalem. And so I told them we couldn't get up to Tiberias. Next trip, when my wife come back in September, we'll rent a car, come and see you. But because Kokeb graciously invited us to ride with him, we ended up going right by her house above the Sea of Galilee. And I sent her a WhatsApp and say, hey, Carolyn, we're nearby. You got time to see us? And there was no response. She had just finished, I know, a home group that morning.
Yep.
So we were probably 5 miles past, and she wrote back, sure. So, Kokeb, can we turn around? Can we go see her? And she's, oh, yeah, come on, let's go. So we did, and we spent about 20 minutes with Carolyn.
Yep.
And she was telling us about the Israeli young couples that are moving to the Golan because they were getting sick and tired of having lockdowns, and they wanted to get out into the land.
Yeah, which is funny because my parents were like 70s back to the landers in the early 70s, and so now there is this movement in Israel, these younger people going back to the land, and they're actually able to get, the government does give them land if they do infrastructure upgrades, but it's still about $100,000 give or take to get a piece of land, but they are in the process of this movement, and it's quite things are going on there in Israel, that's for sure.
That's right. So we're going to talk about Haim Malspin, Aliyah Return Center. We can't get it all in this segment, so stay tuned for the next one. Shalom.
Shalom. Blessings.
I'm going to shut the camera off.